Well, the 5th annual Italian Film Festival is coming up, I have to say, with a little bit of an accent, no? Of course, the festival is going to be running through February 27th, beginning February 20th, and what's so cool about it is it benefits UNM Children's Hospital. And if you know anything about the festival, then you know the man that is sitting next to me. Of course, we're looking right now at the fabulous poster, which has a very Godfather-like font, doesn't it? You gotta love it. Ron Steiner is here with me today. Welcome, Ronaldo.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
So good to be with you, Nikki.
It's so great to have you, and as I said, if anyone knows about the Italian Film Festival, then they should know you. You are so involved, you're such a big part of this, and you really bring it to fruition for so many people. So tell us a little bit about that involvement.
Well, about 6 years ago, I was approached by the development director at UNM Children's Hospital to come up with some new ideas for fundraising. A lot of worthy charities, and they all had races and golf tournaments and silent auctions, and they wanted something new. So I love Italy, I love Italian films and film festivals, so I gave them the idea, and she said to me, "That's a great idea, why don't you do it?"
And
so I did.
Put it all in your hands.
Right.
And you have reigned victorious on this. This is exciting.
Well, it is exciting.
And this is, okay, so now when you get involved in something like this, I mean, you obviously have to kind of get a lot of people throughout the community involved with you. And I know that you were telling me earlier that a lot of people are helping you and getting behind you to make it really happen.
Yes, our sponsors are very valuable, and our media sponsors and Casa TV and KRQE have been with us since the beginning. And to get the word out is a very important thing to anybody's success if they're doing events like this. So we appreciate all of our sponsors, our cash sponsors who help cover the expenses, and our media sponsors who get the word out.
Well, we appreciate having the opportunity to do that because it is something different. And of course, you know my last name, big surprise, Stanzione. There might be some Italian in my family. So it's exciting to me to see something like this. And the films are going to be running all week long. And for people who haven't had an opportunity to see the Italian cinema, I studied it in college. It is so fabulous and so worth seeing. And how many films are we actually going to be viewing throughout this time?
This year we have 11 films. In the past, we've used a lot of old classics, and we have only one classic, Il Gatto Prado, The Leopard, which will be our final event. And we also have a Puccini opera that kicks it off, but all the rest through the week are contemporary films.
How cool is that? And I mean, obviously, I think everybody should have an opportunity to see Puccini. But if you haven't and you want to kind of get involved in what is contemporary, you have that opportunity throughout the week. We actually have 2 clips from some of the films. So let's talk about the first one, which is Basilicata. And what does Basilicata mean?
Basilicata, coast to coast. Basilicata is a small region of southern Italy. If you look at the map, it looks like a boot. The region is sort of in the arch of the boot. And these 4 musicians, they walk across the region on their way to a music festival that has a great music score. I think anybody that likes jazz or blues is going to enjoy this movie. It's a comedy, but it's also a relationship movie. The Italians are great at telling stories, and this is yet another story of camaraderie and showing the different regions of Italy.
I love it. And if you mix in a little music, I think that always adds a lot of flavor to a film.
It's a very clever movie, and I think people are going to enjoy it.
Now, when is that one going to be shown?
That one's shown on Saturday, and it's actually shown twice. We have 2 theaters and 2 movies at each theater, so they're doubled up. So if anybody is really into Italian film, they can go to 4 films in one day.
Wow. That's a fun way to spend the weekend.
Yeah, it is.
It will get a little cooler, so it might be a good movie weekend. And we actually have another one of the films that's going to be played as well. Now, this one is called Alza la Testa. And tell us about this film.
Alza la Testa is another relationship movie. The theatrical vehicle is a boxing theme, and I think a lot of people in Albuquerque are going to relate to that. A lot of people like boxing. We have that great father-son story here of the Romeros, and this is a father and son story, and the father's trying to guide his young man, his son, into leading a good life, and uses boxing to show him about perseverance and all of those things. It's set in Rome, in a suburb of Rome, and it has a multicultural aspect to it. Rome is pretty international city, and that's one thing about our festival. We like to talk about the Italian culture and let people know what that country is like. A lot of people love Italy, Italian food, and the history of Italian filmmakers is renowned.
Yes.
So we're happy to be able to display them.
And I think it's a universal theme that people do love to see. Films about family, pulling for each other, and also about fighters. Fighters, I mean, it all started with Rocky. I mean, when you think about a movie about a fighter, right, this year nominated for an Academy Award, The Fighter, those kind of movies, people like somebody to root for. Don't you agree?
For sure, for sure. This is one of those films that has the intertwining of cultures and the father-son relationship. It's a vital movie.
I'm looking forward to that, and I'm actually going to be introducing one of the films as well on the 24th.
On Thursday night. We're delighted to have you there. All of your fans can come and meet you in person, and you'll get to introduce the movie and meet a lot of our wonderful patrons. We have built up a following, and folks really love the event.
Oh, I'm sure they do, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I want to put up the information about the Italian Film Festival so everybody can see it in front of their screen and let everybody know exactly when it's going to be, where we're going to be seeing things, and, of course, where you need to go to get more information, which would be www.italianfilmfest.org. You can see it right on the screen. You can always call 505-508-0759. And, again, it's running from February 20th to February 27th. And the films will be shown at various locations around the metro area: South Broadway Cultural Center, African American Performing Arts Center, the Lobo Theater, and the Guild Cinema. And, of course, you can see all the information in order to get those tickets. And I highly recommend it. I really do. The Italian cinema, there's romance, there's family, there's fun. And, of course, before you go, you'll want to get some good food, because what's an Italian without eating?
Yeah, we have our opening event and our closing event incorporate food and Italian wine. And people love those events. The final event is almost sold out already.
Really,
but,
already?
We make it a total gala with every bit of Italian culture exposed.
Well, I'm so glad you've brought that to Albuquerque, and we're so looking forward to it. And, of course, helping UNM Children's Hospital, that makes a really big difference. It's a win-win for everybody. So we want to thank Ron Steiner so much for coming in today.
Grazie.
Grazie. Thank you so much, and we'll be right back after the break.